President.
The Majority Leader.
Mr. President, as I've said all week long, there's been an imperative for the Senate to unite and quickly pass legislation stripping Russia of normal trade relations status with the United States. The House has acted. The White House supports it. As the President meets with our allies in Europe, it's very important we send a message to the world that we are united in making sure Putin pays a heavy price for his war on Ukraine. After the House passed PNTR last week by 424-8, including the support from Leader McCarthy, it is unreasonable and deadly wrong for the Senate not to do the same, especially while the President is abroad. So we are seeking consent to move this legislation forward ASAP. After a day of long negotiations yesterday, I reached an agreement with Senator Crapo, with concurrence from Senators Wyden and Manchin, to move forward on PNTR while also taking action on oil ban legislation separately. Now, I understand that Senator Paul has further objection and is demanding we amend this agreement with a major change to the legislation. Senator Paul appears to be the lone senator demanding this. I believe that all other 99 senators are in agreement to proceed. Look, all of us want to see this bill move quickly because it's so very much needed and it's so bipartisan. So I am willing to include as part of our unanimous consent right now that Senator Paul be entitled to have his amendment with a majority vote threshold. So the question before Senator Paul is, even though the vote was 424-8 in the House and is very bipartisan here in the Senate, is he going to tank PNTR because his arcane interpretation is not forced into the bill? Can Senator Paul take yes for an answer? Can he let us move forward today to hold Putin accountable? Every senator would like his amendment just put in. Every senator would like his proposal or her proposal put in the bill. But in the Senate, we vote, and we're willing to give the senator a vote, even though we greatly disagree with his interpretation of the law that's here. So I earnestly and strongly hope that my Republican colleague does not object to bipartisan legislation that would deal a heavy, heavy blow on Putin's Russia, especially after the House of Representatives acted with overwhelming bipartisan support. Many of our Republican colleagues have criticized the Biden administration for supposedly not acting quickly enough on Putin. But now one Republican senator is holding up this overwhelmingly bipartisan bill. I strongly hope some of my other Republican colleagues can persuade Senator Paul to accept our agreement here so that we can move forward. Let us be equally resolute in standing with Ukraine and fighting back against Putin's brutal war by passing PNTR in the Senate right away. And so, Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that at a time to be determined by the Majority Leader, following consultation with the Republican leader, the Senate proceed to the en bloc consideration of H.R. 6968, the Russian oil ban, and H.R. 7108, Russia PNTR, both of which are at the desk, that there be 2 hours for debate on the bills en bloc, equally divided between the two leaders or designees, that it be in order for Senator Crapo or designee to offer the Crapo-Wyden amendment at the desk to H.R. 6968, that there be 30 minutes for debate equally divided prior to a vote on the amendment, that it be in order for Senator Paul to offer the amendment at the desk to H.R. 7108, that there be 2 hours for debate equally divided and controlled in the usual form prior to a vote on the Paul amendment, and that these be the only amendments in order to either bill, that upon use or yielding back of time, the bills be considered read a third time en bloc, and the Senate vote on the passage of H.R. 7108 as amended, if amended, and that H.R. 6968 as amended, if amended. And finally, that the motions to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table without further intervening action or debate.